The Sydenham SDA Adventist Church, located at 2.5 Fiddle Road, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, recently concluded a highly impactful 10 Days of Prayer program. This global initiative brought members and communities together for 10 days of focused prayer and reflection on the Lord's Prayer, presented by Elder Jermaine Stewart and Elder O'Neill Mattis. The program was a resounding success. Here's a day-by-day recap of the powerful themes and messages delivered throughout the 10 days. Day 1, Abide in Me. Elder Jermaine Stewart opens the series with a reminder of the importance of staying connected to Christ.
He needs you to spend time not only with Him, but in Him. And the with comes in terms of spending time, whether it be through prayer and Bible study and witnessing and all of those things. But the in Him is the dependence part, where you realize that everything you have is from Him. The very breath you breathe, the very house, the very car, everything that you have is not of your own desire. It's not man's desire. It's not because of your intellect. It's not because of your smarts. It's not because of how special the world think you are, but it's because God gave it to you. Abiding in Him is showing that you are solely and totally dependent on Him.
Day 2, Teach us how to pray. On the second night, Elder Stewart emphasizes the value of learning from Christ's example of prayer.
As I said, our prayer life should be one that is developing. It can't be that you're praying the same prayer every time. It can't be that every time you go up on your knees, dear Lord, thank you for food, shelter, and clothing. Thank you for my going out and my coming in. I mean, there's nothing wrong with those words in and of themselves, but if it is the same thing you say over and over, then it loses its meaning and it becomes just a repetition.
Day 3, Be specific. Night 3 highlighted the significance of being direct and intentional in our prayers.
You see, being specific, there's a few things for you when you pray. It removes the formality from the request as if you're talking to a stranger.
Day 4, Unanswered Prayers and Faith. Elder Stewart encouraged participants to trust God's timing even when prayer seems unanswered.
In this world you will have trials, and sometimes waiting is like that trial to us. But He often uses those trials to teach us lessons necessary for our character growth and for our salvation.
Day 5, Hallowed be your name. The fifth evening focused on honoring and reverencing the holy name of God.
This name that is hallowed by the angels, by the inhabitants of unfallen worlds. When you pray, hallowed be thy name, you ask that it may be hallowed in this world and hallowed in you. God sends you into the world as His representatives.
Day 6, Your kingdom come. Elder Stewart concluded his presentation with a call to prioritize God's kingdom in our daily lives.
I can tell you that this kingdom that you are looking forward to, if you don't come to a realization that that little quiet sin that you hug up, if you don't let it go and stop watching other people sin, then you are not going to be seeing that kingdom that you have looked for all these years. Again, can you imagine all of the years you're baptized and you're preached, but you don't want to go for the little sin? What a waste.
Day 7, Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Elder O'Neill Mattis took over on Day 7, speaking about surrendering our desires to God's will.
How do we know the will of God? We know the will of God by reading His words, where we find His character. It's only when we know God then we can what? Know His will. And when we know the will of God and abide by the will of God, can I tell you that we don't have to pray for things?
Day 8, Give us this day our daily bread. Elder Mattis reminded attendees to trust God for their daily provision.
God cares for us more than we care for our own children. He promised that our bread will be supplied. But notice the word us in the verse. Give us our daily bread. Jesus clearly implies that we should not only ask for ourselves, but also ask for those around us.
Day 9. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgiveness, both received and given, was the central message of the 9th night.
Those who experience forgiveness, those who experience forgiveness, forgives. If God forgives you, forgive your brothers, forgive your sisters, forgive those who cause wrong among you, forgive them. The ground of all forgiveness is found in the ultimate love of God.
Day 10. Do not lead us into temptation. Elder Matthews wrapped up the series with a powerful call to vigilance in spiritual warfare.
Do not lead us into temptation. James 1 and verse 13 says, God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone.
Every night, over 400 devices logged on to the Sydenham SDA Online Church, extending the reach of this life-changing program far beyond the sanctuary. This success was made possible by the dedicated efforts of the communication department here at Sydenham SDA Adventist Church, who broadcast the service to the world with excellence. Special thanks goes to the leadership of the church, whose steadfast support enables the prayer ministries team to carry out this impactful program year after year. Finally, to our members, both those who attended in the sanctuary and those who joined us online, we are thankful for your unwavering support. Together we demonstrate the true power of united prayer. This year's 10 Days of Prayer at the Sydenham SDA Adventist Church is a testament to the transformative power of prayer and community.
But it's